What's up guys, it's your boy BadgePlug, and today we're going to be talking about a lot of new stuff about NBA 2K19 from the GameInformer.com article. So please drop a like. I'm going to get straight into what you clicked on this video for and more. Alright, so they say new takeover system. One of the more noticeable changes coming to NBA 2K19 is a new game system that celebrates the idea that any NBA player can take over at any game at any time. Think of this takeover concept as a better take on the on fire system from the classic NBA Jam. The way takeover works is players of each archetype have unique ways to exert their dominance during a game. For instance, playmakers take over by setting up teammates for easy buckets, rim protectors change the trajectory of a game by locking down the paint, etc. As the player exercises his will against the opponent using his specialties, he builds up a takeover meter. Once activated, you will see an on-fire badge underneath the player on the court, which indicates the player has unlocked a new tier of special animations and badges that align with their archetype. For instance, playmakers like Rajon Rondo won't suddenly be raining down threes while on fire, NBA Jam style. Instead, they may get dimer and ankle breaker boosts. Holding the left bumper button, you can check where all your players on the court are at in terms of activating their takeover. Multiple players on the same team can activate takeovers at the same time, as well, making for some intriguing combinations. But beware, if your player struggles, they can also develop cold streaks. These diminish gradually over time, but you can try to accelerate coming out of their funk by calling a timeout. So, guys, what that means is, just like in NBA 2K17, we're going to have 2K19's style, 2K17's remake style of the Grand Badge. Now, I think that is amazing. Okay, so listen to me. I'm not sure exactly, but in 2K17, you could get the Grand Badge for doing anything, I'm pretty sure. But in this game, it's saying that you can only get the Grand Badge towards what your player does. So if you're a playmaker, if you get it like, 3 assists in a row, maybe your Grand Badge, you can activate it. Or if you get some ankle breakers or something like that, then you can activate it. If you're a paint protector and you get like 2 blocks in a row, then you can activate it. But the thing that I really want to think about the most, that we'll see maybe hopefully later on before the release, or we'll see when the game comes out, is it almost sounds like you can trigger this whenever. So as long as you have earned the Grand Badge, the takeover system is what they call it, then I feel like you can just turn it on at any point in time. And I don't think that that's good, because what if you go cold, then you don't deserve to be on fire again. But maybe it's just for a certain amount of time. We will see. Let's get into the next thing that they have to talk about. Before we talk about this next topic, I do want to let you guys know that this article will be in the description for all the haters that want to comment down below and say that this is fake. Just like my last video, there was a bunch of people saying clickbait, blah blah blah, when I was literally reading straight off of someone's tweets who went to the community day. The link will be in the description. All right, so anyway, dramatically reduced clipping. The switch to the new motion system in 2K18 brought some unexpected problems. Immersion was often shattered due to excessive clipping, where limbs, heads, and basketballs morphed through players' bodies. Making it worse, these rough animations weren't just limited to the high traffic areas. We saw them in one-on-one situations on the perimeter as well. It was embarrassing, Mike Wang admits. There was a bug that we didn't find until very, very late with the collision detection. That's another thing that we're working on right now. We're spending a lot of time trying to make sure you just can't go through players and stopping them when you try to run into guys. I only played 4 games, the guy at the article that wrote this article says. 4 or 5 games in 2K19. I'm reporting off a small sample size, but during each game I paused and watched instant replays when bodies clashed in the paint and on the perimeter to see if the collisions were still compromised and all the animations looked clean. Arms reacted naturally to contact and bodies slammed into each other instead of clipping through. Wang says Visual Concepts is continuing to hone this in the lead up to launch to minimize clipping as much as possible. He said, "It's hard to make it foolproof because it's a game, and if we made it so every time a limb got hit, the ball would knock loose, it would be chaos," Wang says. "But you definitely won't see the major bodies going inside other bodies and heads." Guys, this is literally an amazing thing that they're talking about. Basically, they're saying how you just dribble through people and you wouldn't lose the ball, that type of stuff. All right, so if you dribble through somebody, you're most likely going to lose the ball, and there's just going to be a lot better physics in the game. All right, so let's get into the next topic. And I'm sorry, I'm not a professional reader. I'm trying my hardest for you guys. This one, guys, is by far my favorite, okay? Rebuilt stealing system. You guys know, if you watch my streams, I stream every day on YouTube. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications. That way you get my notifications when I stream and when I upload. Rebuilt stealing system. We've all been in a situation defending off ball and see an opportunity to swipe at an unprotected ball, yet nothing happens when we press the steal button. Visual Concepts has wanted to re-examine this system for a while now and finally had the time to address it with 2K19. Successful steal opportunities are now governed by a zone system that judges vulnerability defenders who recognize prime stealing opportunities where the ball is exposed. During open-bodied hesitation dribbles and when post players aren't protecting the ball from secondary defenders, for example, we will be rewarded for their smart timing. Dribblers can't just string together moves with no concern about the defender's reach anymore. Reading those situations correctly and stealing at the right time will pop the ball out a lot easier. But these aren't always clean wins with unobstructed paths to the hoop. Building off the more unpredictable loose balls of 2K18, sometimes both players will scramble for possession when it's knocked free. So basically what that means is it's going to be a lot more skill-based steals in this game, and that is literally amazing. I'm so glad that 2K is putting time and effort into that. Alright, so the next one is basically saying that blow-bys and snatchbacks and stuff has been very, very much looked at and should be way less efficient this year. But this next one is our first official park news, besides the grand badge, of course, that's going to be in park. This is our first real, like, this is going to be in park type of thing that has been said by anybody. Unique street ball moves. Those playing in the park or blacktop have a lot more entertaining dribbling moves for taunting and embarrassing opponents in 2K19. Visual Concepts brought in street ball players to motion capture new park specific handling moves like wrapping the ball around the defender's head and nutmegs. I can't wait to show them off. They are pretty insane, Mike Wing says. These moves don't fit the feel of the NBA, so they will only be available in the street modes. So what that means, I think, okay, so what it means is there's going to be, you know, unique moves in the park for only park and blacktop, but they use the word park. It wasn't called park this last year. It was called the playground. So I'm glad that we can at least call it park. I mean, we haven't seen what it looks like, but playgrounds was just really annoying. We all still call it park. Like anybody who's played since 17, 16, 15, 14, we all call it park. All right, so I'm so glad that they're at least using the word park. Hopefully it stays that way. This problem right here, if really studied and worked on, could really help NBA 2K19. Could very drastically change the whole entire game, because this was the worst possible thing this year. Strong interior defense. Going into the paint won't be such a breeze in 2K19. When moving into high traffic areas, the new stealing system gives bigs the awareness to take a swipe at exposed balls, and Visual Concepts also did work to make the contact in the paint more difficult to push through. Interior defense was really rough last year, Mike Wing says. When we went to the new motion system, we ended up taking out a lot of the multi-actor animations that we had in the past, so it made it really tough to protect the rim. That's why there were so many missed layups. It was kind of a band-aid to fix all that, because you could pretty much get them at will. That's a lot better now. And so the hit detection of when you are not actually, when you are actually covered and when you are not, is different. Guys, that literally means so much. If anybody has played park this year, if anybody has played comp park, like 2v2 or 1v1 court, and you come up against a guy who really, really knows how to score in the paint, it is just over. Like, the drop step animation is the most broken thing ever. You can't defend that. And when you go straight up, now, a lot of you aren't going to understand what I'm saying, maybe, but if you're guarding somebody, and as soon as they are about to go straight up, you go straight up with them, it is literally the worst defense in the game possible that you can play. If you go up at the exact same time as somebody, they almost always make the shot. And I've noticed this a bunch of times, and it makes absolutely zero sense at all. Now, I'm guessing they're saying that there's going to be a lot less of this garbage that goes in. Like, you're going to be rewarded for taking up good layups instead of being barely touched this year and missing a layup, and then being extremely smothered and then making a layup. If anybody has played this game this year, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright guys, that is it for the rest of this video. Like I said, I'm going to be leaving the link in the description to the rest of the article because I did not read every single topic that they covered. But I just want to say thank you, Plug Nation, so much. We've been blowing up like crazy. We've just been going absolutely insane. I'm going to be doing a giveaway today on stream on YouTube. Those of you that don't know, I stream every single day on YouTube. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn on post notifications. That way you can catch the stream later today. And I will see you all later. Peace out. I might just slide